We're doing a good job, we're working very hard, and we're going to produce. It's all going to happen.
The messages have been cryptic up to now, because you had to pass the marker, and that's the reality, is it not? We could talk about the future, we could tell you where you were going, we could say there would be no final war. But there was always the fear, because of the prophecies you'd had in the past, that there would be one. All the misinformation about what was going to happen in 2012, brought to you by those who would market things. You had to get through that. No words from Christ would ever pierce that fear as much as the clock would allow for realization when it did not happen. And here you sit in a new energy. It's not about correcting corruption. It's not about coups, where one set of greedy politicians then just replace another. That is not what it's about. It's about improving the lives of the everyday citizen. There are wars right now, but they have something in common, and they are different from before. There are wars right now, and those being killed, and we're greeting them on our side of the veil. And we can tell you about the horror in certain countries. But it's not country against country, dear ones, did you notice? None of them are, dear ones, did you notice? Instead, they are intra-country wars. They are citizens warring with one another about what they want for their governments and what their countries will become.
Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? The Matrix.
Q says 80% of this battle will never see the light of day, but it is happening. It's very real, and the ramifications will one day extend to the entire planet. The triangle. 3 families, 3 sides of a triangle. $7 trillion in wealth. Q labeled them plus plus plus, plus plus.
President Trump has severely criticized the various agreements reached between Iran and the Obama administration, as well as the United Nations, as being weak and ineffective. Instead of being thankful to the United States in these agreements, Iran is now feeling emboldened. As of today, we are officially putting Iran on notice. Thank you.
He named them 2, Saud, Rothschild, and Soros. These are the 3 families who run the world by financing wars, creating terror, and implementing the systems that affect our daily lives in every possible way you could imagine. One side of the triangle falls. November the 4th, Crown Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, plus a dozen others, was arrested in Saudi Arabia. The arrests were preceded by a global WhatsApp outage and a strange tweet from the President Trump asking Saudi's national oil company Aramco to invest on the New York Stock Exchange.
They saw the president wave at a family holding a Q sign, and they said that said that the president was legitimizing them.
I had an experience. I can't prove it, I can't even explain it. But everything that I know as a human being, everything that I am tells me that it was real.
The train comes in the key, we turn it into like a curated theory, where there was actual physical entrance at the North Pole, and he went inside it, and it's all, it was the land that time forgot.
I just came forward here with everything, and we have EmerySmith.net that we're going to be building on right now. So excuse that, but it is coming, and we're going to start doing more educational videos and ZeroCross.co, the production company we have. So all these new things are coming out. We do have some new supplements also that are coming out that are very organic and natural that'll help increase zeta wave formats to help change the voltage of the body to the right homeostasis so it can heal itself. We wanted to do a gag order on me and said, we do not want Emery Smith out there teaching people these cures. We want to slowly release this information over 10, 20 years. No, we have the cures now. We're going to do it now, and that's it.
Quote, Chris Mellon is a former Pentagon intelligence official. He's closely involved in the History Channel's upcoming 6-part series, Unidentified, Inside America's UFO Investigation. He joins us today. Chris, thanks very much for coming on. So we've gone in a pretty short period of time from the U.S. military not really acknowledging that there is such a thing to them acknowledging that these sightings are so frequent they need a formal process for reporting them. What's changed?
Right here on our planet, a massive body of water of which only 10% humans have actually discovered or dove down in and attempted to map out and just see what's down there.
Yes, thank you, Tucker. It's an extraordinary turnaround, and it's really the result of an interaction between Congress and the Navy.
We told you in the Middle East that there are some things cooking there as well, and they may surprise you when they take place. It's all about common individuals starting to see that they could have a better country, a better government that includes good things for themselves, hospitals and schools, the chance for them to move ahead where they cannot now, the things that all humans want. So political strife is a fast track. It pushes the envelope of energy, you might say, and makes things happen instead of sitting there being static for another generation or two and not changing.
Not as a solid body. This energetic flow, the torus, is a self-organizing system in nature where energy expands and returns to itself.
America's vital interest in space lost out to special interests in Washington, except, of course, for the senators and congressmen here. They would never do it, right, Dana? But all of that is changing. We know that. My administration is reclaiming America's heritage as the world's greatest spacefaring nation. The essence of the American character is to explore new horizons and to tame new frontiers. But our destiny beyond the Earth is not only a matter of national identity, but a matter of national security. So important for our military, so important, and people don't talk about it. When it comes to defending America, it is not enough to merely have an American presence in space. We must have American dominance in space. So important. Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the 6th branch of the armed forces. That's a big statement. We are going to have the Air Force and we are going to have the Space Force, separate but equal. It is going to be something so important. General Dunford, if you would carry that assignment out, I would be very greatly honored also. Where's General Dunford?
what looks to be a pyramid found at the South Pole, yet another image we have posted multiple videos about. The article then goes on to mention the U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry's recent visit to the South Pole, which again we posted a video about, and finally finishes off about this new Buzz Aldrin tweet and its strange deletion. So the article is saying that he deleted the tweet after he posted it, but we'll come back to that here in a minute. Finally, the article states, why did Buzz Aldrin warn that we are all in danger? Why did he call the pyramid evil itself? If there is something at the South Pole which may be evil itself, then let humanity know about it so we can all decide upon the course of action to deal with it. We're all in danger, then whatever is there has just become all of our business to decide what to do.
These properties that are not in just the upscale, I'm talking the tippy top neighborhoods. It would suggest to me that maybe it's not so much the house that they're worried about, it's the property. And why would that be so valuable in such valuable neighborhoods? After all, it's not like they found these guns on Crenshaw or Acevedo Street. You know, it's not East LA. This is the nicest neighborhood around. This is expensive. Why would it be so worth it to do these, to have these houses in these neighborhoods and not keep them up? Well, that would suggest to me that there must be something underneath those houses. Tunnels, indeed. After all, remember, these properties are very close to the Playboy Mansion and Michael Jackson's house, and those were both rumored to have secret tunnels underneath their properties as well. And we also know that there's a lot going on at the Playboy Mansion, and we also know there was a lot going on at Michael Jackson's house. Now, I'm not damning either one of them. In particular, I actually would like to say that I am not throwing Hugh Hefner under the bus, but we do have a lot of stories. And as somebody who's lived and worked in Hollywood for a while, I can tell you that that was long a popular story about all the things that were going on over there. So,
of President Obama, where there was a similar photograph that showed what literally did look like some sort of alien man. Again, another Secret Service agent. It was spotted at the APAC conference. And you're seeing that image here, where we see this bald, again, alien-looking man walking in the background. Look at the facial and the bone structures to this guy here. I mean, it really is creepy.